Hey guys, Ryan Hightower here, Craigslist expert and author of The Ultimate Craigslist Guide. I'm sitting down here at the local Denny's with my buddy Wayne Kronz, and we're just having some breakfast, answering some reader emails. This is the second part of this guy's question I'm going to answer in this video. He's asking about car transport business in with regard to Craigslist. It's a technique that I wrote about in my book. It's the second part of his email. I'll go ahead and read the email again in case you're watching this video after the first one. It kind of goes along with the other one, but I'm going to share this video with the guy that sent the email to me, and then hopefully some other people can benefit from it as well. This is a guy, this is really cool. I get a bunch of these every day now. This guy says, "Hey Ryan, this is Ron from Houston, Texas. I got your book last week and really appreciate all the great ideas. It's opened my eyes to the possibility of what's out there. Our backgrounds are actually fairly similar, although I never approached the level you reached in real estate. Right now, I feel like I'm paying for my sins and not getting out of the market in time. I've lost one of my rentals to foreclosure, and another's on its way back to the bank, probably. I've been working 3 jobs to pay bills and then came across your ad. I know you're busy, but do you think you could give me some info on the buying and selling of airline vouchers?" Which is something I addressed in the other video. Check that out if that's something that interests you or that you need help with. And then, as well as the car transport business. I would love to do something like this, but I feel like I need some training. Thanks so much, Ron. Okay, so first of all, just to clarify, the car transport thing, probably on a half a dozen occasions. Well, let's start at the beginning. If you Google car transport or hire an auto transport company, you'll pull up 10 or 20 companies that you can do a quote. You say, you enter into the internet that you want to haul your Toyota Camry from Phoenix, Arizona to Atlanta, Georgia, which was the case for me in one instance. And most of those will come up $800, $1,000, $1,200 is typical for a cross country. Almost all of them are over $1,000. And what I was able to do is, these were cases where, like, my dad bought a Toyota Land Cruiser before he passed away. I needed to get that vehicle to him. In that case, we were more concerned about just the vehicle making it there before he had it restored. But from a cost perspective, these truckers, a lot of them can't find a load in one direction or the other, and so they're empty. And a lot of those guys, some of them are self-employed and they pay for all their own stuff, but a lot of those guys are corporate company guys, and their fuel is already paid for on a fuel credit card. And so, if they're empty in a direction, or even if they're 1/3 empty on a flatbed or something, it's cash in their pocket. A lot of times, if you can offer these guys, $150 or $200, they'll do it. And especially if you're flexible. I mean, especially if you know that this vehicle can go from point A to point B anytime in the next 30 days or whatever. And so, like I said, I did that probably 6 or 8 times personally just to get a vehicle moved from East Coast or West Coast or vice versa. But the thing that I wrote about in my book is that, there's a business there. They're absolutely, let's go ahead and throw a disclaimer on the table that, if you're going to do that as a bona fide business, let me just cover my butt here. You need to check out, what the DOT rules are. I'm sure there's, a massive liability insurance policy that's required. You probably need some sort of DOT license. I don't know. Check all that stuff out and make sure that you're legal. But like I said, I was just moving a personal vehicle from point A to point B. Maybe it's something you could do for, a friend for a fee or whatever as well. But there's your markup right there. You find the empty trucker that's headed from one place to another. Find a way to organize all these main hubs. You probably have a website built or something to organize what load needs to go from where to where, and then put the customer together with the trucker and keep the difference. I mean, you probably come in and charge somebody whatever, you know, 750, 800 bucks, and you'd be below everybody else, and you could absolutely get a trucker to haul it for $200. It's cash in their pocket. Everybody wins. The customer saves money, and you make yourself, you know, 500 or 600 bucks on each one. You do 2 of those a week and make yourself $1,000 a week in cash. And you know, you could even do that if you didn't want to go through all the licenses and insurance and crap. I mean, you could just be the connection man. You could just be the guy finding the trucker and finding the client and putting those 2 people together and for a fee and let them work their own deal. But how I would execute this and how I did do it before is I would go under.
Is okay?
We're doing good. Thank
More
you.
coffee for you? Okay.
So how I would do that is I would just go under your local big city Craigslist. For me here, it's Phoenix, Arizona, Craigslist. Community section, ride share section. That typically is a section that is somebody looking for a ride. It's somebody on foot or somebody looking to share a ride from point A to point B. But there's a lot of people looking along those same lines. Hey, I need to get my stuff from point A to point B, or my vehicle from point A to point B. And I would run my ad there. You know, I would say you might start with a few like heavy destinations. You might start with like focusing on runs from LA to Miami or LA to New York. Go ahead, you can jump in. Houston, Texas. You know, you might start with a few main hub things to focus on advertising. I would place that ad once a day. I would make it say 2 different things. I would make one ad say, you know, do you need a vehicle hauled? And I'd make another ad that said, I'm a guy, you know, that can get your vehicle there. And put your phone number in the ad. I gave you the section to advertise it under. Phone number, email address. I would always put a photo of anything in any ad that I placed because it'll just plain get opened more often than ads that don't have a photo. It could be a photo of the map of the United States or of a truck carrier, whatever. Just pick a Google image and put a photo in your ad. It'll get opened more. And post consistently, you know, post it once a day or more. And that's that. Thanks for the email. I really appreciate the feedback from readers. And I hope this video serves you. We'll see you soon.